ìkànnì yìí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò ètò síkírítì náà là ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tí àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re náà sì ti jáde tán táwọn náà ti ń sọ̀pọ́ọ̀tì olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣá owó bàbá dámì lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti ń di wọ́wọ́wọ́ nígboro báyìí o torí wípé ṣé rí èmi àwọn sọmọ ní ẹni tí èèyàn bá ẹni Ọlọ́run bá ti fẹ́ ọmọ èèyàn náà nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni olóyè Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣá owó bàbá dámì ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yìí òun náà ló gba gbogbo òlú kan báyìí mo ṣe ní ẹyẹ yẹn wá gbọ́ ò mo kí wa káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì ẹ̀sìn ní gbogbo kíbi tẹ́ tí ń wo ètò yìí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re tún jáde tán wọ́n ní lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí wípé àwọn ò gbà mọ́ rárá pé gbogbo inú mi wá dùn wọ́n sọ statement kan gbogbo ẹ̀ náà lè bá gbọ́ fídíò méjì péré náà ni mo máa play fídíò méjì péré ni torí mi dẹ̀ ní rojọ́ jù ń bẹ̀ torí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ ìkànnì àìsìn tẹ́mọ́ sọ pé àìsìn jẹ́ ká mọ gbádùn rẹ òun náà ni ò ní jẹ́ rojọ́ jù ṣùgbọ́n jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ ṣàlàyé àwọn nǹkan kan náà kí n tó máa play fídíò yẹn torí inú mi máa ẹnu kẹ́tẹ́ bá ti rí nǹkan gidi inú tèmi á mọ̀ dùn ara tèmi á sì mọ̀ ìyá láti ṣètò gan àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re jáde tán wọ́n ní àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì wọ́n ti blast wọn ni pé gbogbo nọ́ọ̀sì tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn wípé ojú àwọn ti là ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá so gbogbo ní gbogbo àwọn advantage tí wọ́n máa ń tèkì tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé Yorùbá o ẹnu wọn ò kó pé kò sí tó jọ o pé kò sí tó jọ rárá pé tẹ́nìkan bá dẹ̀ rò wípé òun lè gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kan àbọ̀ òun lè sọ̀rọ̀ ládọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀mẹ́jọ nílò àwọn èdè kan pé òun lè sọ àwọn pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kò sí tó jọ onímọ̀ọ́sẹ̀ ní ẹja farabalẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà lágbọ̀ torí play fídíò méjì ni fídíò méjèèjì bó dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá sọ tí àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re sọ tí àwọn bàbá wa sọ tí everybody sọ pé Yorùbá àkókò ti tó ojú ti là kẹ́nì kankan máa wà máa fi búrẹ́dì kó máa fi kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ pé kò sí tó jọmọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wípé gbogbo ilé ìtàn gbé wa bóyá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ sàríà ni o lórí bandit ni o lórí àwọn terrorist ni o pé ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wípé nǹkan àjèjì ni èèwọ̀ ni pé ìdí nìyẹn tí àwọn òṣèlè faramọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá inú mi dẹ̀ dùn gbà táwọn báyìí náà sọ̀rọ̀ inú mi dùn gan gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́wọ́dá lẹ́gbọ̀ọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ iṣẹ́ tí Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ fún ìran Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ mi ń sọ mo ní àwọn nǹkan kan wà tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa tí I understand ṣùgbọ́n báwọn bá ti wá ń rí tó tí wọ́n ń fold gradually àwọn àmọ́ tètè mọ́ gbé wá fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn náà so that ẹ̀yin èèyàn náà lè mọ̀ pé òkè síbi tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti ẹ̀fẹ́ já sí lélẹ́yìí torí yóò padà já síbì kan torí gbogbo náà láti mọ̀ pé àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì inú wọn ò dùn sí nǹkan gidi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì inú wọn ò dùn sóhun rere ìdí nìyẹn tó yẹ pé ààrẹ gan gbọ́dọ̀ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lórí nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí mẹ́la ṣe ń sọ ìgbésẹ̀ táàrẹ dẹ̀ ń gbé òun náà mú ní kẹtún wá gbọ́ yìí torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn òmòye wọ́n ti sọ wọ́n ní ìgbésẹ̀ tAṣíwájú ń gbé yóò padà pín Nàìjíríà ní ẹgbọ́n sí lóòótọ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn òmòye sọ wọ́n ní ìgbésẹ̀ tí Aṣíwájú ń gbé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pé yóò padà pín Nàìjíríà ní ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ play fídíò àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re náà kẹjá kọ́gbọ́n náà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá like fídíò ẹ bá ń share rẹ̀ ẹ bá ń subscribe sórí ìkànnì àìsìn TV yìí ẹ jẹ́ kọ́ play àwọn fídíò àwọn bàbá yìí náà ká tó wá mọ̀ gbọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ tí ààrẹ wa ń gbé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pé ṣé lóòótọ́ ní ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ni ó pín Nàìjíríà tó wọ́n ní yóò fọ́ Nàìjíríà mà ní pé òun yóò fọ́ Nàìjíríà sí wẹ́wẹ́ tó pín pátápátá tó pín tí gbogbo ẹ̀ tí kálukú ó ṣe kéne tí kálukú ó mọ tí kálukú ó wà lórí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ tí kálukú ó wà lórí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ẹ káàbọ̀ mọ́ orí wa bá sún wọlé ẹ má bá fi èrò tí yín sí comment section ẹ ṣé o ẹ ṣé ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń gbádùn wa ńlé ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa mọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ sáré wá tẹ̀ sójú ẹ̀ náà torí ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ tẹ̀ sójú ẹ̀ ẹ kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tí àwọn bàbá sọ lórí interview inú mi dùn gbà tí mo gbọ́ interview yẹn pé nǹkan tá à ń sọ lélẹ̀ tá à ń sọ pé káwọn bàbá wa ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lé lórí nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n interview yìí.
Well, Sharia has been in Yoruba land since the 14th century, and in any case, it's a personal orthodoxy. It's not something that is compulsory for everybody. It's not a legal orthodoxy. So if there are some people who say, well, we want to be governed by the Sharia orthodoxy, should they be allowed? They have the freedom of choice, freedom of faith, but most Yoruba groups, a number of groups are now saying, no, there must be Sharia in the southwest of Nigeria. I said, Afenifere discuss this. If not, what's your opinion?
Dr. Abadi, has anybody in Southwest requested for Sharia? Because that's where to start.
Well, the story
This
is
is
in
my house.
the story is in the paper. There are some Islamic groups
No.
in the southwest
That-
want the Sharia.
Requested for Sharia?
The story is in the papers.
Requested for Sharia. Look, some groups, notable groups in Southwest requested for Sharia.
Yes.
Now look,
That's why some other groups are
we all
saying,
know what is happening, Dr. Abati. Dr. Abati. Dr. Abati.
ẹ jẹ́
What
bá
is
láìpẹ́.
happening, and we are ready for it. We know 27 to 2027 is at the corner, and we know what's happening, and we're ready for it. Afenifere is 72 years old. There's no political organization that is as old as Afenifere in this country. So we understand the terrain. We know the terrain. When you start doing these things, you know what you want to do, and we get ready for you. We're not talking about Sharia, we're talking about 2027. We know it. You cannot destabilize our home under one certain pretext and want us to stand back and watch you doing it. We will not allow it. If you intend to destabilize that, we say, no, you can't do it. You can't come to another man's home and tell him how to worship. You cannot go to another. I mean, look, there's Akwa Ibom. They do Christmas carol every year. You see them, the governors, everybody starts singing, and then you go to that place and you want to say you want to do Sharia. And you want to undo, so they say, yes, they can film. No. They won't try, nobody will allow it. This is our home, and this is what we do here. We are the most understanding tribe in nation. I would say nation Nigeria, yes. We religious tolerance is everybody pride out for it. And we are not going to let somebody derive off of that. We know what is happening in other parts of the country because of religion. We are not that in this part of the country. And we are not going to allow anybody to introduce it to us. We will not. It's as simple as that.
Now, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ farabalẹ̀ mo ṣe ní fídíò yẹn méjì ni kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ pàtó ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dáadáa torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mọ ìdí tí ìran Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan tí bàbá mi sọ yẹn bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yẹn ní we are nation inside a nation wípé and our own nation will not tolerate that nation ni wá nínú Nàìjíríà. Ó ti ń fojú hàn díẹ̀díẹ̀ àdè gbọ́dọ̀ gbà ó ti ń fojú hàn ẹ̀kọ́ gan ti ń fojú múmú hàn. Yorùbá ní àlà ní òfòkò ọ̀lẹ hàn torí wípé Yorùbá kì í sọ̀lẹ̀ akíkanjú ni wá gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá Ọ̀ṣun ní Èkìtì ní Oǹdó ní tó fi dé Kogi tó fi dé Kwara tó fi dé àwọn akọni ló tẹ̀dó ìdí tá a ṣe gbọdọ̀ gbà nìyẹn pé ẹnì kò wá lè dé kẹ wá fẹ́ mọ pretend in the name of pé ẹ wọ́n Nàìjíríà ẹ fẹ́ mọ kẹran jẹko ẹ fẹ́ mọ kó nǹkan jẹko kò sírú ẹ̀ mọ́. In fact kò sí ààyè àpàlà nílùú òyìnbó lọ́rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí pé ẹ lè mọ́ fi búrẹ́dì kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ àwa náà ti gbọ́n ìṣọ̀kan dẹ̀ ti wà ìdí nìyẹn tí gbogbo àwọn bàbá yẹn náà ṣe ń fún Ìgbòho ní backings torí tìta làṣẹ ní tilé àwọn tí ò bá dẹ̀ yé gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ láàmú fẹnu sọ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà kọ́ láàmú fẹnu sọ ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí tó bá ti wà ní public domain àmọ́ gbé wá àmọ́ nàmbẹ́ àmọ́ ṣàlàyé àmọ́ yànnàná ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin òyìn ó lè mọ gbọ́ lágbọ́yé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn yẹn ń sọ pé kí náà ń ṣe gan àárí kókó wọn àáríṣẹ́ wọn àárí nǹkan kan torí pé bàbá Tinubu náà mọ bí géèmù yẹn ṣe ń lọ ó dẹ̀ ti yé gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà yẹn pé kíní yóò padà túká náà ni ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá tètè mo ní ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe gbé army training center wá sí Ọ̀ṣun state ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kò yí àwọn èèyàn wọ́n gbé army center wá wọ́n try láti máa kó àwọn nǹkan kan wá, wọ́n shift ẹ̀ wá sí Lagos state, wọ́n ti gbá àwọn kan lọ sí Òṣogbo, wọ́n pín káàkiri àwọn state yẹn torí wípé tí kìíní bá máa túká pátápátá a lè ní advantage, àwọn náà ó lè benefit. Ẹ má jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ jù, ẹ já gbọ́ second video yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ́ bá ń like video yìí, kẹ́ mọ́ bá ń share rẹ̀ ni. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tí n bá ti ń gbé live wá ó wà important ni mo ṣe gbé wá. Mo ń ṣàdédé ṣe live, but tó bá ta bá sọ pé live program ó wà important ni. Ẹ já sáré gbọ́ second video yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ máa like video ẹ mọ́ share rẹ̀, bí tí ì comment ẹ̀yin èèyàn o, ẹ bá fi sí káyọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wá lé kétékété, ẹ bá fi sí comment section pé àìsìn à ń gbọ́ ẹ lé kétékété, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá fi sí. Ẹ ti gbọ́ nǹkan tí bàbá mi sọ yẹn, ẹ jẹ́ wá play second video kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn òun náà là ń sọ wípé ẹ máa gbọ́ o.
The fourth largest economy in Africa, and the Yoruba man is not seeing like how we see the Arabs. It is because huge humongous resources is not actually being championed for the betterment of the Yoruba people. It is used for the welfare of Nigeria and the rest of all the other tribes in Nigeria. Come to Lagos. There are no privileges you give to the Yorubas. I live in Lagos. There is nothing I enjoy that the Yoruba have some level of privileges. Now, let me shock you. In my zone, we don't hide it. We tell the oil companies that all your employment has to be from the Niger Delta. If you have to give them, this is the quota you must give. If you don't want, don't operate. We told Dangote, and Dangote said, "Can't operate that. Then get out from our land." That's what we said to Dangote. That is why a lot of companies that come, we just tell them, every month, this is what you pay to this community. Every month, this is what you pay. There are communities in the Niger Deltas that have 24 hours light. It's not provided by Nigerian government. It is provided by these oil companies. We don't need to go and discuss with federal government. No. We don't have time to be discussing with federal government. We discuss with you that have come to use our resources. Here is our conditions. If you are not willing to play according to our conditions, we are not even interested in you going to court. No, even with your court, with your federal might and everything, that company will not run. If we say this is what we want. A lot of our children in the Niger Deltas will go to Igboho universities today. You see a lot of them on scholarship. They pay millions in school fees, but they don't know where that money is coming from. It is because leadership have told this oil company we must leave without working. That is why sometimes you look at the Niger Delta, we seem lazy. But again, how we live our life, it is how we're choosing to do it. And that is what I am not saying in the Yoruba land. That if Cliff can come into Yoruba and have so much ease, without any constraint, I'm not scared, I'm not being interfered, I'm not being subjected to some form of strain, so that I look back to my land and say, oh, sweet home. That's the reason the Igbos do not say there is no place like home. When you are in the UK, can you see the pressure that is coming from the UK? You begin to remember Nigeria and say, oh, Nigeria is not a bad government. We should be enjoying Nigeria. You begin to look at certain things and say, oh, if not that I'm in a strange land, things like this is not done in Nigeria. That is the truth. The Yoruba man, I want to see the Yoruba man and begin to envy him. That, wow, these are people that have really excelled in this country, because truly your land have excelled. Yesterday, I have a conversation with somebody that came here and said, is it on our base platform or Dangerous? But one of these platforms, one of our platforms, the Igbo guy came, he said he lives in Canada. No, he said he lives in New York. He said the Igbos contribute the most after the Niger Delta to Nigeria. And what do they get from that? A lot of people wanted to argue with him. I said, no, calm down. Can we look at the facts? He said, yes. He said he has his laptop with him. I said, okay, no wala. Can you type on Google list of states by VAT contribution to Nigeria? He Googled it because he didn't know he was walking into a trap. By the time he Googled it, he saw Lagos. He said, oh, remove Lagos. We know that Lagos is former federal capital. That is why it's on number one. So, okay, fine, remove Lagos. He removed Lagos. And I said, can you start looking at the list? By the time he looked at the first 10, there is no eastern state in the first 10. He was shocked. The first appearance on that list that came from the eastern state was in number 13, which was Anambra State, number 13. He looked at it again, said, hold on, he Google got another. The same list. He saw it on number 13. He thought I have stopped. I said, no, go through the list. He went through the list. And then Ebonyi State was number 35 on that list, second to last. And he was dazzled. And I said, calm down, still hold on to that list. You said we should remove Lagos, fine. Now take Oyo State. What was the total that you saw on Oyo State? He said he saw about 74 billion naira. I said, fine, hold that 74 billion. Keep it on one side. Go to Anambra State. What do you see in Anambra? He said 10 billion. I said, oh, do that calculation. What do you see in Enugu? He saw 7 billion. I said, that's 17 billion. What do you see in Imo State? He said 4.something billion. By the time he added up all the contributions coming from the Southeast, he arrived at 27 billion naira. And when he compared it with what came from Oyo State, it was almost 3 times the size of the revenue that comes from Oyo State. So Oyo State almost produced 3 times the revenue of the whole of the Southeast. But here is my grouse. Are the people, are the Yorubas living in Oyo State, are they being fed this huge, humongous resources that is coming? No, the answer is no. The reason is the Oyo State government is so sane that it want to now make that the whole of those infrastructure that money can produce for the rest of Nigeria. They want to build facilities that the whole of the rest of Nigeria can enjoy, and that is the crisis problem the Yorubas are facing today. If you look at your progenitors and you look at the leaders of your leaders past, you will notice that they had a Yoruba First initiative. When the rest of the nation were pursuing just money like the Igbos, and one of them was pursuing education, and it was a Yoruba First initiative. Today, it has pitched Yoruba and it has put Yoruba at the forefront of Nigerian development. So why are the young generations and the leaders of today not having a Yoruba consciousness where all Yorubas should be privileged Nigerians? It's not too difficult to ask. How many Yorubas work in Dangote? Ask yourself, look at the data that were coming from Dangote refineries. You notice that even Yorubas may not be up to 10% of that workforce because you guys are too educated. Education should not deny you your birthright. There is a reason why you were born in this land, and it comes with a lot of privileges. Yes, you may look at the Nigerian data and say they are very violent. We have to, because Nigeria as it is, the only way you can get what you want is for you to dictate to the state what you want. When we needed our resources to be a bit controlled by us, we started bombing these pipelines. Yes, we discovered what is the best approach to get government to the round table. We started forming organizations, from all of that, and the government came to the round table. What did we get? We got a 13% derivative. 30% of all of the revenue in Nigeria, and that comes to our zone. We had a 1% community contribution from the federal government that comes to our zone. And we have the NDDC that was also established to ensure that while our state government is building infrastructure, federal government is building infrastructure, there is a third organization that is also building infrastructure for us. You may say this money has been stolen and all of that, but again, this money is coming to the Niger Deltas. So what are the Yorubas doing with all of this fantastic revenue that is coming to Yoruba land? Why will Cliff come to Yoruba land and my children enjoy exactly the same privileges that I'm enjoying, that Yorubas are also enjoying? What then is the advantage of having an advanced culture that everybody is running to. If everybody is running to you to enjoy all of these, the question is, why are the Yorubas not enjoying? That is the reason you come to Lekki today. You see a lot of Igbos because the policies have not really helped to raise to a larger extent the middle class in Yoruba land. The Yorubas are educated. If you really needed to employ, I think the best people to actually employ in this country is Yorubas. That is why when Yorubas are in government, we have better administration of this country. And I'm going to round up with this. The Yorubas need to not only rant on Facebook, Twitter, and all that, or constantly talk about Igbo and all that. No, they need to write an agenda because a person like Sanwo-Olu is not wise enough to understand what we say. The only man that he beat to understand what needs to be done is Tinubu. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a damn. They not compare the kind of money Tinubu have invested in Lagos, and they said it's almost 1/3 of the national budget. But Tinubu do not care. He wanted the Lagos Calabar Coastal. It started from Lagos. He wanted anything. He moved central bank to Lagos. He doesn't give it. He doesn't care. He's doing all he's doing today. You think when Tinubu deregulated electricity and made it possible for states to generate their own power, he thought he was doing it just because of that. Because he knew that the people that have the capacity to actually produce 24 hours electricity in this country are the Yorubas first. Others will copy. Or do you think when he talks about state policing, he's just talking about the North? The North will still use Boko Haram to police themselves. The North will still use bandits to police themselves. He's aware of it. But again, he's doing this because he wanted to protect this Yoruba ethnic group. He knows that by the time you form state police, if he's no longer there will be enough arms within, there will be enough manpower and enough arm to protect the territorial integrity of the Yoruba people. Let me stop here. Thank you very much.
All right. Now, ṣé rí àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó yẹ pé mo máa fẹ́ ṣàlàyé so that a lot of people will understand. I said that there is a reason why Baba Tinubu called Sunday Igboho back. There is a reason why all the Obas, they insist that they want Igboho. There is a reason why all the Afenifere, the youths, when Igboho enter Kogi, come and see crowd. Come and see old people, aged people. Because we have one common agenda now. It's only an enemy of Yoruba nation, enemy of Odua nation, that we say what Igboho is doing, he does not like it. The people at the ends of Afia, they understand that Nigeria will still later break. If we don't get the manpower to our side, mo ti sọ several times, thank God pé ẹni yìí náà tún emphasize ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ti sọ. If these people, they understand that the way this thing is going, is better we empower our own people too. Yoruba don't like wahala. We don't like to foment trouble. If they want to foment trouble, it is our people that will say, "I'm not worried on my word, I'm about to my basoro." To ma fe foment trouble, I'm not worried, I'm about to mamu. Yoruba ló máa ṣagbódegbà. Yoruba náà ni nígbà ayé Awólọ́wọ̀, ọmọ Yoruba ló dájọ́ fún Awólọ́wọ̀ tó ti Awólọ́wọ̀ tó rán lọ sẹ́wọ̀n, ọmọ Yoruba. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní ìgbà tá àtàkì ilé Fẹlá màmá Fẹlá àbí ọmọ Yorùbá náà ni àwọn tó wà ń jọba tán sọ pé tán ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn. We have to wise. Àwọn tó wà ní ẹ̀mọ̀ fàfihàn yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ pé bí Nàìjíríà ṣe lọ yóò padà túká náà ni. That is why we need to empower our own side now. They are bringing everything to Lagos, bringing it to Osogbo, bringing it to Ibadan, bringing it to Ondo, establishing so many things. They know what they are doing. Because if the way they are doing it now, go and write it down. The way they are doing it now, if they eventually, with the ADC and all this stuff moving up and down, say they want power by all means, go and write it down. Nigeria will break up. Because it's not going to be easy as. Why? To ṣe máa break ni wípé they are not coming to Nigeria. they are coming to grab power. That is why Baba Tinubu also, you see, when I talk, I also lay emphasis on this. Baba Tinubu also should do more. We are hearing what you are doing. We are seeing it, but Yorubas are not benefiting. Quotes and in quotes. We Yorubas are not benefiting. Look at what that caller said. He said an average Yoruba should have something to benefit. Because during Buhari, the Fulani people benefited so much during Buhari, but during Tinubu, we cannot say this is what we indigenous of Yoruba, we the indigenous of Lagos, indigenous of Oyo State, indigenous of Ogun State, indigenous of Osun State, this is what we benefited. That is why they must do something to benefit us. The only thing tó lè mú kí benefit yẹn kó wáyé òun náà ní kata tí ń pariwo fún yẹn pé they should give us our nation. Odua nation. Give us our nation. Give us what we want. That is what will make everybody to be happy, because we already know that we are not compatible. We know that we are not together. We know that àwa àtàwọn èèyàn yóò lè jọ gbé sáwọn tẹ́ pé àwọn ni bandit, àwọn terrorist, àwọn kidnapper, àwọn ni làkúráwà, àwọn ni ISIS, àwọn ni S-men, àwọn ni Fúlàní kinní kan, gbogbo kan burúkú ilé ayé orí wọn ló pin sí. Ìwà wa ò jọra wọn, ìṣe wa gan ò jọra wọn. Yoruba should have what we are benefiting from Nigeria now. That is what we are saying. Nígbà tí Buhari wà ńbẹ̀ tó ní mo fẹ́ round up, mo sọ pé mi ní jẹ́ kétò èkó bá gùn mọ́ tó bá ti jẹ́ life. Nígbà tí Buhari wà ńbẹ̀ ó lóun fẹ́ ṣe ọ̀nà lọ sí Niger Republic, that is Maradi in Niger Republic, àbí kí lorúkọ bẹ̀ yẹn Niger. Now ní ìgbà tí ọlọ́wà mú Buhari, àwọn sọ́jà gbàjọba, bóyá rònú ẹ̀gán ló pa tó wáyé pé lóòótọ́ o òun sì ló bá sàárẹ̀ wa parí o, bóyá pé bóyá rònú ẹ̀gán bóyá ló pa, torí gbogbo èrò wọn ni wípé tí Nàìjíríà ò bá ti wọ̀ mọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn á sá lọ sí Niger Republic. Wọ́n mú gbogbo resources Nàìjíríà, wọ́n consult railway, consult nǹkan tí àwa náà ń sọ nìyẹn. They have to do everything to make sure that Yoruba, Niger Delta people ẹ̀sà gbọ́ ó ní nǹkan táwọn náà benefit pé wọ́n jẹ́ indigene. Èmi ti sọ́rí mo ní ẹnìkan tó wá láti Niger Delta during Jonathan, mo mọ nǹkan tí ẹnìyẹn gbà. Kò ń ṣe ẹni tó ń jẹ́ tó yẹ pé wọ́n Èkó ló wà, wọ́n ránṣẹ́ pé láti ilé ni pé ó yá wọ́n náà wá gba tiẹ̀ ní ara àwọn Niger Deltans tó wà ní kìnìún gbà láyé Jonathan, gbà tí Jonathan fẹ́ kú lórí oyè. Nǹkan tá à ń sọ fún Baba Tinubu nìyẹn. Ó ṣeé ṣe ká má jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe second term, gbogbo kínní ẹ ṣe láṣẹ pé ń sìn ẹ ti ṣètò ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tó wá pé regional náà lẹ fẹ́ gbé wa lọ, tẹ́ pé láti regional yẹn láti pín, torí regional yẹn ń bà wọ́n lẹ́rù, wọ́n sọ pé tá a bá ti dé regional ń sìn opportunity ló jẹ́ fún wa láti pín, ẹ gbé wa lọ regional. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó wáyé ká mọ múfù wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ẹ múfù wọn wá sẹ́kọ̀ọ́, ẹ múfù wọn lọ sí Ìbàdàn, ẹ múfù wọn lọ s'Óṣogbo, ẹ jẹ́ kó wà ní Oǹdó, kó wà ní Àkúrẹ́, kó wà ní Èkìtì. Torí ìgbà tí kálukú ọba tí gbogbo ẹ bá di pam, ìdí tá a ti ń sọ ní Odua nation. Nǹkan tá a fẹ́ tó lè mú kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó lálàáfíà, nǹkan kan tó jẹ́ Yorùbá lógún nìyẹn. Every other thing tó bá tí yẹn bá ti lè wà báyẹn máa rí pé àlàáfíà máa jọba ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àlàáfíà máa jọba, àwa gan máa ní, we be able to control our resources. Ìṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan máa dé wọn sọ pé àwọn àti wọn lá nílùú, Lagos is no man's land, Kìnìkan is no man's land. Once we have our own nation, we'll be able to manage our resources. We'll be able to control our resources. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbọ́n yẹn gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ. Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan táwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re yẹn náà sọ pé gbogbo nǹkan tá ń ṣe yẹn ó yé àwọn náà. Ìdí nìyẹn táwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re náà sì sọ wípé àwọn gan ti gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá náà strategize wípé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ fídíò ẹjọ́ ẹ lọ gbọ́ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan táwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re sọ. Àwọn náà ń sọ̀rọ̀ wípé àwọn náà ń strategize wípé bó ṣe ń lọ yìí at the end of the day gbogbo ẹ lè padà túká. So ìdí nìyẹn tí wọ́n ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ empower àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa náà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń lẹ́nu tẹ́gẹ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ pé ṣé yẹ kó jẹ́ Sunday Igboho, ṣé yẹ kó jẹ́ kinní kan, tá a bá empower àwọn tiwa tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tán àwọn wo lè fẹ́ kódà síbẹ̀. Opportunity dẹ̀ ló jẹ́ láti lo state resources láti empower àwọn tiwa náà, because àwọn ń lo state resources òun náà fi empower àwọn tiwọn. Síbẹ̀ sá gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ, if at the end of the day they will use terrorists. ẹ jẹ́ play video yẹn kẹ́ gbọ́ dáadáa torí mo fẹ́ round it off. kẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ. If at the end of the day,
why are the Yorubas not enjoying?
At the end of the day, they will use terrorists. They will use terrorists.
Electricity in this country. And the Yorubas first. Others will copy.
Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ni. They will use terrorists if at the end of the day. And that is why the Yorubas, we must unite now. A gbọ́dọ̀ fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan. In fact, it's a must. Láti fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan so that gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń béèrè á lè jàjàyè lé lórí. Everything á lè jàjàyè. Everything tá à ń fẹ́ àwa náà ọwọ́ wa ó lè tẹ̀. Ẹ bá like video ẹ má jẹ́ ń jẹ́ kó gùn jù báyìí lọ ó ti gùn already. Ẹ bá like ẹ bá share ẹ bá subscribe sórí ìkànnì àìsìn ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ẹ bá like nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ẹ fi ro sí yín sí comment section. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá like nǹkan tá à ń ṣe náà ẹ fi ro ti yín sí comment section. Ẹ já mọ̀ ilé tẹ́ bá tó fẹ́ ká ṣe dáadáa ń bẹ̀. Ẹ ṣé o mo appreciate gbogbo yín o. Ẹ ṣé. Mo appreciate gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì àìsìn TV. Ẹ ṣé mo appreciate gbogbo àwọn tó darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ bá like video ẹ bá share rẹ̀ ẹ bá subscribe sórí ìkànnì yìí. Igboho òòṣà owó bàbá dámì ẹ ṣé o tẹ́ ń tẹ́tí sí wa ní gbogbo.